before we get there, we have to get through Caustic versus Adolescents. Now, Hasso,
Yes.
we saw Adolescents play last week. Pretty
Yep.
scary stuff, I won't lie. They almost lost it in the end, but they were able to clutch up on serve.
Indeed.
Versing a merged squad today. This is a squad full of Scarlet players and Clown Crew players. Obviously, they had a big roster overhaul. So Dej is playing the killer for Caustic, formerly known as Clown Crew. So stay with me when we talk about Scarlet, when I mention Scarlet, because I am referring to Caustic, and it will happen. But Ghoul Bulla, I know you're a fan of the Ghoul. Any thoughts on the Ghoul Wretched Shop, just to begin off, Hasso?
Uh, not really, to be completely honest. I think it's gonna come down to how fast the chases are as we locate the Steve off the rip, which will be A1Q. So, you know, I think, if you have a long chase, that first, long first chase, that has a big part in what the result will be. But I don't really have one, to be completely honest, Jams.
We do see the Steve there, I believe, getting called out at the 9 tile. Does make use of the 2 tiles that he had, and we're making Dej leave off the rip. Not the worst decision. Probably could have left a little bit earlier, but honestly, this is fine. Gives him the extra time to rotate. He does catch out a bloke here. I believe this was the 11. It is the 11. Something about Ivy. We are going to get a tag. No, we're not. That's actually quite detrimental. Not getting that tag there actually hurts quite a lot. Do have Ruin, Eruption, Pain Res, Corrupt, Hasso. To be honest with you, probably the best ghoul build you can get.
Yeah, I mean, Ruin does kill you a lot, and very nicely done there, winning the 50, and we win another 50. So this has been very nicely played on something from Ivy, and we're still sending it. So very nicely done. We do get a bit of a camera bug there, but we are going to get a endurance tag here. Now, against the Ghoul, you really need to be on your best with comms for when this killer is leaving you. We do get the pallet stump, but get the down, so very unfortunate there. But yeah, as I was saying, Jams, you need to be very on point with your comms on this killer, because this killer can leave chase in a matter of seconds and be on the other side of the map. It is very detrimental if you do not communicate with your team where the killer is. So, I mean, that's a good little chase there from Ivy, but I think, that the Ruin could definitely have a big play in the result here, because the perk is incredibly strong, and we've gotten stuck. So yeah, I mean, Jams, this is a pretty strong build. I haven't actually seen Ruin really on the Ghoul much, but bit of a switch up, and as you said, I mean, Team Scarlet basically have joined forces. So nice little team, regathering.
Yeah, and all things considered, Hasso, you have to really evaluate the state of what Clown Crew was before. They played the first week. Obviously, everything was all good. They had a few new ins, couple blokes out because of some problems IRL, not problems, but just other commitments IRL. Had like 4 people genuinely not be able to make games the whole season, so they got in the 4 blokes from Scarlet, that being Dazed, Lemon, who actually left Bleed out as well, and Chief. Obviously, everyone knows Chief. There's someone else as well. It might have been Vish that joined. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But we are going to take it down onto, I believe this is Ivy. The only remaining members on Clown Crew on Caustic right now are Chike, Geo, Jaw, and I believe they have Citru, who's the new one that they had. But yeah, other than that, not some bad start from the killer player Dej here. We've seen Dej a couple times. I think we've seen him play killer Adol, but pretty confident survivor, I would say. I didn't know he played Ghoul. Pretty impressive stuff. We have to see if he can manage this. Unlucky not to get the down here. That was just a hastily swing. We do have the Life Deja and the Reset build as well, so you don't really want to be getting chased here, bloke. We are sending the edge map, and we just want to full commit the down and force Adolescents to pull early now. Honestly, Hasso, this isn't even a bad start from Dej at all. He might not even opt to pick this. Yeah, he's just choosing to go back, choosing to cut off the rotation. I like this decision making. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, it is smart.
And the big city.
Yeah, just off the rip, getting it out the way. So Dage is playing this very well, as we see a Jen in the background pop, but this has been perfectly played on the side of Dage, as we see the Survivor in the background loop around for that pickup onto A1Q. So this could be a down here. No, it's not. So we are going to make it away. I believe that is a resilience on the side of the Survivors, but this has been very nicely done. We're being done over, unfortunately, so we're playing this very nicely, and we're going to come in here for the hit tank onto the Survivor, no score. So there's another gen jump in the background. So 2 stages, 2 gens remaining. I mean, it's a pretty good spot here, but it's not over. So we are going to get the stun, and this is a really good chase. That what we needed, jumps, to get ourselves out of the little pickle that we've been in. And this is what a team like this needs to really fire up for a game like this. It's very important to, you know, redeem yourself when you can. And look at that, just resetting themselves in the wide open of the map. So this is incredible. This is a very long chase, and it is not ending anytime soon. It seems another generator popping. So Jarms, these gens now been 3 gens that are popped for this chase. And yeah, I mean, it looks really good for the Survivors.
Nah, it was a great start from Dage, I'll be honest. And then, yeah, you're exactly right. Those 2 bodies, this chase is still going. Ivy's having the chase of a lifetime. Another fake there. That was a bit unoptimal to fake because you kind of have nowhere to go after you do fake it. But regardless, 3v1 comes in at 1. Problem is they're all injured. Doesn't really matter, though, because honestly, they could have had a death at about 3 there. Maybe 2, depending on how Ivy played that. But as you can see, Ivy played it pretty well. I think we saw, was it no score come in, 2 bodies? We do see all pop. I've underestimated the gen pressure. That's 3 blokes on the gen. That has to be a triple. We see the Dustin over there, and yeah, no, that just has to be a triple. There's no other explanation about it. We see the head on. It's not going to mean much, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, I know what the plan was there. Maybe you get something a little bit cheeky, but at this point, you know, you kind of just have to last maybe play the pallet there. I know it's a bit awkward situation, but that's kind of just a free hook. And now, the thing that, yeah, I was going to say, the thing with Dage is now he doesn't have to camp that at all. He knows no one's going to be really on a gate. Well, if they are on a gate, they'll be scrambling. He sees no sort of scrambling down 12 side here, 11. So this is going to be another free, fresh hook for him once he gets to down. Unless you see A1Q pop the gate, take the hit, get the unhook, and this bloke last, which is not going to happen. We do get a pull in the background. There will definitely be no posture for a pallet save. I just don't believe it. Good thing is we'll have second wind coming in on the near there. That's going to be game changing. You'll be able to play slow in a time where Dage wants to play really, really fast. So you can enjoy that if you are an adolescent survivor, especially because he's actually gone in quite an advantageous spot down here on the far one side. Sorry, and he's actually able to stay close for the posture. Now that just means A1Q's gone all the way down bottom to sit on a gate. He's not on a gate. What are we doing, son? What's the plan? You need to do something here. We have no gates ready. We have a gate 1. Where's the other gate? Like 9, is it, Hasso? I have no idea. I thought it was 4. It is on 4. We have the Nia sitting on the gate. I mean, I understand, like, playing to reserve fresh hooks here. I really do. I don't think it would have mattered at this point. I mean, genuinely, if A1Q just sends the gate down bottom, 2 slow just plays for the pool either way. And now it's a bit of an awkward situation. They might take the outs, Hasso. I wouldn't blame them if they took the outs. I think either way, it's a bit tricky, of course. Yeah, no, I don't know. There probably was a more optimal way to play that there. In saying that, you know, you never even know if the Nia can, you know, get the pool clean off anyway. But they had better, you know, a better position. Fresh. It's a bit of a dicey result to get on Survivor. It's not out of the question, but it's a bit dicey, right? What do you have to do really to get past the start that I guess they had? Because the start was dicey last match as well. Let's not forget that. How can Caustic here get through that without having to go through all these hit tanks and all these, you know, hypotheticals of does he last? How do they pull off a clean escape here?
That is a really good question. Now I think that comes back to stealthing, and you know, we do get lucky there. Miguel v Duck, who just got informed actually by the big man Gohan that he has recently joined Team Caustic to help them out. So good to see a big a veteran getting in some reps. So we are going to take the tag in. But as I was saying, Jums, I think if I was the survivors, I'd definitely be trying to stealth out the corrupt or burn all that time up and find that ruin. figure out what perks there is, of course, and it is the same build, but I think that is possibly the play that you could rely on. So we are going to get a tag here onto Chief, and having your chasers for as long as possible is key. Definitely brings more momentum to the team, as Chief is actually playing this very nicely, just, you know, vaulting back and forth, and he's actually doing really nicely. It's just to get a bit of time wasted. So we are going to see 2 generators in the background getting work. Now, Little Chief is going to make this pallet. He's going to get a bit greedy here. Now, I'm pretty sure he makes this pallet, but we are going to kidnap thing, and we are going to get the down here as Chiefs try to maneuver himself away. So that actually was a gen that was getting doubled in the background. So that is not 2 solo generators, that is a doubled out generator. So these survivors are playing, you know, it was great chase from Chief, but I think they're going to need to play their A game if they want to win. Nice. And they are going to get off with the tag, so hold on a second, Jarms. This is very nice. If Chief can last here for as long as possible, that would be incredible for the team.
Gotta make this, gotta make this. Oh! That's big, that's big, that's very big. Now that creates a lot of drama because now all he has to do is just have a subpar chase here. He makes the vault again. That's not a good second dash. He doesn't make the vault. Not too sure. That was a bit odd. I thought he made the vault. Depth perception goes crazy, but that little moment there creates so much extra, you know, separation. Geo's gen goes up. Merit gets on a gen. LV Duck now can set up for full. Like, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. You see Louis Vuitton himself just parked up down deep 12. Merit here, who I would say, from my personal experiences, I think Merit's probably the best looper on this team. I'm going to be brutally honest. I don't know. Maybe Duck takes the cake, but Merit's pretty good as well, I have to be honest. Either way, Chief's on the hook. The build is not the most optimal hook to be hooked at. So, you know, you've only got the BL. You got the champion. The champion can do you some justice here, but, you know, how good's the champion really going to do if you don't put yourself in a position to use it? Either way, Hasso, right? I was going to ask you, we do get a nice pull. This is a great pull. I do like this pull. We have to pull in a moment where Merit can actually sit this gen, because Merit's on 1 over there, right to our right here. Now, I don't know if we've left that gen by now, which we definitely have because we see Merit getting on a different gen there. So that's good decision making from Caustic. We need Lil Chief to last his chase all top here. Unfortunately, well, I would say fortunately enough now, we do have the great man LV coming in for a body. Yeah, I mean, we just have nowhere to use our BL, so it's a bit unfortunate. Sometimes you get heals, sometimes you don't. We do have this long filler here. It's not a great filler, let's be honest with each other. Really good movement there from Austin, and we're just going to have to force the crawl edge again. Honestly, Hasso, though, like, it gets to a point where if Chief's able to produce something decent off this last chase, somehow, some way get balanced, I don't know. Maybe he just hauls ass to Crane, gets BL. I don't know. Maybe if there's a will, there's a way, right? Maybe they can do something about it, because he needs to go bottom. That's the problem. He's stuck in the gens. He's going to have to do a diagonal line right out of those gens, and I don't see it. Oh, the kill they got was 6. Yeah, it's just, it's so unlucky. It's unlucky that Chief was chased first, but like that's the reality of these sets, right, Archie? You need to force a chase onto someone that has a better exhaustion.
Oh,
Smerit, what have we done there? That's SB. Why does SB not have the champion a lot? I would like to know that. This is a very interesting build to throw on SB. I don't hate it, nor love it. Thing is, Hassa, we've got beautiful gens top. Main, 12, 10. You don't really need to chase Merit, do you? You got 1 as well. Fuck it, you got 1. You got 4 gen top. I don't even know where the last gen is, but what do you do here if you're the serves? Like, Chief's gonna die on this hook. There is a reality where like 3v1 is played at 3 gens here.
Yeah, it is a rough situation for the big man Chief, who's got himself, you know, hooked in the middle of the gens, but they need to get this unhooked. It is a must. And Chief is not going to get saved, so he is out of the trial now. Now it's on to Geo to really loop here and buy as much time as possible. And we are going to win a 5th. Oh my goodness! What was that? That was an insane vault. So we've won a 50. We are playing this very nicely, this pallet. In fact, and we played it very nicely again, so very nicely done. Again, this is incredible. This is just ridiculous. So we are winning a lot of 50s here at the moment, and We are gonna play the pallet again and win another. What is going on? Another one. This is outrageous right now. So I don't really know what to say. Yep, we've just
And
opted
he's
to
deep.
leave the chase. So fair enough, but what a chase that was just on that one pallet. As we are gonna spot out the big LV duck, who probably forced locker here. No, he's just gonna die edge, which is probably the smarter play. So overall, actually a really nice chase. To just get a bit of time off. But wow, I tell you what, lots of 50s being won, and A7-1 probably doing the smarter option, opting to leave that chase before it gets too long, because that pain res that is closest to where that chase was taken was gone because Chief had just been sacrificed. So there was no way of him even going down and getting to a nearby pain res. So your best bet was to probably just leave, and that's what Austin's done. So, he's playing this very nicely. The movement, you can clearly see he knows how to play these types of killers. And I mean, Jams, if you are the survivors in a situation like this, what can you do to sort of play the 3v1 correctly?
Resetting is a great start. They've done that. Dying in spots where you have no generators is also another really, really good spot. But I fear that my boy Geo, for all it's worth, has just died inside the gens yet again. This isn't the worst hook you can get. He could have gone deep 11 like Chief. Now, just want to make a note. Imagine if we were able to get a clean pull off there, Archie, right? Onto Chief. And let's say, like, Chief was in place of Geo there. Merit's just been caught out. That is beautiful game knowledge from Austin. We do get a tag onto Merit. But as I was saying, Archie, that would have been so nice if that was Chief off that last hook. Could have really, really put yourselves in a spot, but unfortunately the trade didn't even come through. Geo really had the best chase so far, but it just comes at a time where really it's just so, I don't know, it's a bit shaky. You need that early. Either way, though, we do take a chase down Merit. Merit, obviously, like I said, probably one of the better serves against Ghoul. You can obviously tell he understands the killer. He or she, actually, I don't know. But, yeah, either way, hook mid again, Archie. It's getting a bit shambolic now. We just keep refreshing the pain reses. 3v1 is coming through. That will be the win con there right as that hook comes through, Archie. So 1-0 to Adolescents. I'd say pretty expected, because their pick. It wasn't even their pick, I apologize. So
Yeah, I mean, they've played the cards correctly. They've played very nicely to get to the position they are in, and I mean, A7-1, there is no doubt that this man is a different breed. He is insane at both sides, but obviously he knows how to play killers like the Ghoul, mobility killers in particular. I think that has a big play, and we are getting a little greedy there, trying to swing through. But as I said, I think there is a lot to take out, and you can clearly tell Austin plays this killer a lot because he is zooming around Shaq with insane movement. He just knows how to play, and last time I haven't really seen anyone like that. Maybe AG do it before, but we are going to get LV Duck here stuck in a sticky situation, so that'll be a down here. And even though Wincon's already been met on the side of A7-1, I mean, it is being played absolutely. I mean, he's played it very nicely, to be completely honest, Jams. He's, securing that death onto Chief nice and early, had a big play, and then, catching out survivors, just bopping their heads around. So, he's played very nicely, and we are back to this pallet. Now, this is Geo's pallet. No, not again. This is what we love to see. Winning those 50s, and he does lose eventually, but, I mean, Jams, the survivors have lost here, but what could they take out of this match and possibly take into their next set?
Tough one. That's a good question to ask. The main thing I would think I would be looking for is maybe just forcing Chase onto the build that needs to be chased. You saw Geo was more than capable of looping the killer, but unfortunately Chief and Duck were the two ones that ended up being chased first. And saying that, you can sort of tell Duck is probably the most advanced here. He's the one that's died corner every time, pretty much. died outside the gens, taking good bodies. The thing is, I don't know. You need a lot of coordination for a ghoul. Even like with the new buffs and. Oh no, maybe the boys haven't had enough time to get the scrimmages going. Like I said, it was a pretty hastily thing. Them all getting together and joining forces with Clown Crew. Clown Crew, Caustic, or whatever you really want to refer to them as. We do see LB Dark. A little bit of a nice life there. He's going to have his last chase. Maybe we can play a 4K1. That would be quite nice. Good to see the big man back in form as well. This is the first time I've seen LV Duck play for a different team in over 2 years. So, oh my god. Beautiful LV Duck. Beautiful, just beautiful. Beautiful leaderboards. And yeah, I mean, he's going to last even longer. Like I said, consolation prize. You might get an extra gen out of it. 4K1. But yeah, to answer your question, big fella, I guess maybe just, yeah, force that chase on the Deadard. Pretty much what you should do on Ghoul. Getting BL will make it. Like, I don't know, the builds are a bit bizarre as well now that I think about it. BL will make it champion. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely, like, what that tells me is Chief's build just did not want to get chased. And obviously, like, that didn't go to plan. Even though, honestly, Archie, he played not that bad for, Ping Ghoul. Obviously, like, you need immaculate chases. Geo being the Southeast Asian player does get that like smaller MS gap, so it is more liable for him to live. I guess yeah, Mera will take the. We won't even pop the gen actually. That's a bit upsetting. He is going to send over hatch. We will. Should we commit it? Surely you commit it. It's too late now. Doesn't matter anyway. We still have Ruin up as well, Archie. That's also another thing. You probably need to get rid of Ruin here. Ruin probably set them back a lot. I know. I had a game not too long ago with Ruin on this map. It's in particular just chewed and yeah, it's not played correctly in the right hands. You can always get that maximum value. I don't even think they've found it, to be honest with you. I don't even know if they've spotted the totem out. I don't even know if it's been commed. I doubt it. Either way, like I said, 4K2 to a 6-stage 2 fresh. Pretty convincing for Adolescent, no matter how you cut it. Believe, if I'm not mistaken, next set will be something beautiful. Let me have a gander. It will be Spirit, which is Adolescent's pick. I'm assuming you're just going to see Austin play Spirit. I doubt anyone else would play it. Same survivor lineup. I do like that you see pretty much the core Leopard survivors with Austin playing Killer. It is beautiful. We do get caught out there with the sprint burst. But yeah, Archie, overall, not a bad game from the survivors. First game. I don't think they've had the most time to practice as a group yet. Obviously, they're all individually pretty good. I think we all know that. But it's hard to also Ghoul as well, Like, Ghoul takes a bit of leaning. Might be Lemon on the Spirit. That genuinely could be an option that they put up here. You have to consider as well how Spirit Wreck it's one of the more common sets, right? If you're looking to get into comp, not even past that point. If you're a younger team, I should say, like what Caustic are, they do have a lot of veteran players. Joe, LV Dark. I'd say even Geo is pretty ancient as well. The rest of them are pretty younger, newer to the scene. Maybe under a year or a year of experience, maybe 6 months or so. It's a lot easier to VOD review Spirit Wreckers Yard, especially in OC, and it doesn't matter what region, it's just such a familiar set, than it is Ghoul Wretched Shop, even though Ghoul Wretched Shop itself isn't too unfamiliar. But we do catch 2 survivors out here before I do forget what I was saying. I think the practice from Caustic might have gone into Spirit, because Spirit is a lot more easier to predict and a lot more easier to get the game plan fluent. We do see LV Duck taking the chase. So I believe this is the down 6 side of the map these days, Archie. So a quick chase. You've seen this pretty much all game from the big dog. He's just gone edge. Died out of the gents. It's something consistent that you'll see, top level players do. Honestly, well played. A lot of people could get caught out there, maybe trying to break away to Shack. Maybe they misplay anything. It's a safe route to go, and I always respect it from Big LV Duck, because he never really misses. He always does make a safe option, and as you can see there, only can get the mid 1 hook, Archie. They can sit bottom gens for free here.
Yeah, I mean, on the side of the killer, I mean, they have a nice pain res hook on that hill over towards 4. Now, to anyone's standards, you could say, well, not all the time is a survivor going to be chased over there. But if you drag a survivor over towards that, and look at that, just spawning another survivor out. But if you drag a survivor over towards the hillside and try and, force them, make a funnel and move the survivors around the map towards that hook, you can just stand there and see over all the generators. So I think there's definitely a lot at play here, but Summer Wind has played this very nicely. LV Duck obviously got caught off the rip alongside Dage, but they did manage to, buy a little bit of time, and Chief here is going to get caught off guard, so, this could be problems if the big Chief goes down here. We are going to opt to go back towards the hook, which is probably the right decision, but again, like I said, it will come down every moment to how the survivors communicate. They need to communicate as best of their ability. This is probably one of the sets where you have to be as best as possible. If you aren't great with communicating, and what is that hairstyle I've just seen on Dage? That is disgusting. That is, yeah, a bit odd, but we are going to take the chase here onto the cooked head man, and we are going to just walk right through, not even going to swing at that pallet. So this is actually a very nice spot here for Summer Wind, as we are going to see in the background, Smerit's going to go to second stage. So yeah, this could be problems, Jarms.
I think yeah, as Summer win there, our eyes might be a bit of a heads up play, but I think he just low key commits Merit there. I think Merit was always going seconds, and even if he doesn't go seconds, what the bloke's unhooking, injured on top of the hook, you're gonna get one of them. I would have liked to see a commit onto Dage there, maybe just for the down go back. I think it was pretty obvious the other two boys were going to reset. I don't know if that's an unfair call to make. I think it was pretty obvious from my point of view. I think Summer Win definitely knew that they were going to reset there. But obviously, going back to secure, it's the safe play. But, playing risky, playing a little bit cheeky, that does get you those high 4K results when you do gamble. Would have liked to see a gamble. Either way, going second for Merit, not the worst decision. I also would like to think Chief or Duck have to be FTP. Have to be. Surely we're setting up for an FTP somewhere at a drop pallet. I think it's just too late in the game to just let Merit just fend for himself, and he does make this tile. Oh, we just vault right back into the killer. We have no sound awareness, I guess. If you're the big Merit there, unlucky. Bit of a standstill in my game. I've never seen that before in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a death at 3. Look, on the side here, and oh my goodness, just the smarts from Summer Wind. This has been played very nicely. We did see Summer Wind Jarms throughout the whole of Division 2 put on an absolute performance to get Ancestor to the grand final and win it, but also on the killers. I mean, Spirit was played in the play-in tournament on DDS against Team Severance. So we have seen Summer Wind play this killer before, and they are very confident on it. So, unfortunately, for that game against Severance, they did lose the set. So anything realistically is possible here on the side of Caustic, because they definitely could get a result out and, really put it in the frame and sort of, capture a good moment. So I do think overall, if Summer Wind plays correctly, it could be a 4K2 even, which is a really good result. So, I mean, it's been very well done, Jarms. The pressure is sort of built on the survivors, but yeah, I mean, you can't really say that they haven't been, trying, because they are locked in. I know this team is a very locked in team, and look at that, just trying to read an LV
Beautiful.
Duck just gets the better of Summer Wind there. So very nicely done, Jarms, and I think these survivors are sort of on track to to get a decent result if they can sort of get that reset onto Dage and start splitting gens.
You've got 10, 2. Oh, sorry, the map's flipped these days. You basically just have split gens, is what I was gonna say. Um, we do catch out. I believe this is this Ace? Yeah, this is the Chief star. We need to be able to get to the bottom side here. Chief just running into the kill almost. This is probably not the best tag unless Little Chief has life. I think he probably does if someone's not. You know, we are turning around for a commit. Little Chief's gone deep. What?
Oh,
What have we done there? Maybe we didn't scream spirit as much as I thought, Archie.
yeah, I mean, I think considering this team is just sort of merged back together and there's the next survivor. So I think this team, because they've just gotten back together, they've gotten Lemon, who's just come off a week playing with that team Bleed Out against Team Saf. Obviously, having the addition, is Lemon even playing? Is that the... I don't even think Lemon's playing tonight, so I think there's definitely, certain players like LV Duck, as we get to down there onto Chief, but LV Duck, Smerit, Chief, and then Dage, all circling around, joining a new team or rejoining a team and then merging. It can sort of catch you off guard, and that can be a bit of a problem, as we are going to fake phase here. But yeah, I mean, Jams, the survivors are sort of, there we go. There's the little drop of the item. So, this will be sorry, I didn't even realize how strong the result was, to be completely honest. A 4K3 Jams. What are your thoughts on that one?
I mean, when you bring the 3v1 that late, that early into the game, like Merit just had to last like generational lengths, maybe even FTP. Crouch down, someone can FTP. I don't even know who FTP was in this trial, so that probably doesn't help. But also probably just could have been Merit as well. I think it was Merit, unless FTP is not on the builds. I think Merit was FTP. If there's no FTP on Spirit, I'd be a little bit concerned on the builds that were made. I think Spirit is a very tough killer. I think having FTP on any set in the back pocket would be good. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit there and say the builds is the reason they.
A generational run if LV Duck pulls this off. This is not easy. The team that he's facing is not I wouldn't say any team is easy, but there are teams that aren't as experienced than others, and this is a team that is a bit more experienced, is the way I would put it. So I definitely would look to lock in. If I'm LV Duck, I definitely would be under a lot of pressure. If I'm him, but like I said, this could turn into prime LeBron and pull something out of nowhere. So who's to say that being a veteran is a bad thing? Because I tell you what, it is bloody good if you're a Dead by Daylight veteran, because you got a damn good understanding of how to play in certain situations. So LV Duck, you know, they all are going to spawn bot, and he's going to spawn, obviously, 11, but this is going to be an aggressive play style as he's running the Ruin, so this is what we absolutely love to see if you're LV Duck.
I mean, he's gonna have to be LV big nuts in this one, like you said earlier. So he's gonna have to, get aggressive, get a bit, Whoa! How are we going there? We've seen big A7-1 camping. Now, see how like even that, right? Yes, A7 gets caught out there. He does take a tag, unironically, right? I was gonna say it's still good that he was able to get his exhaustion off and he was in a good spot. Oh, that was just a really good phase from LV Duck. That was a max distance phase. I think if Austin had to just held this, it would have been fine. Austin probably should have been dead there. He needs to win a 50 and just send bottom here. I think that's what he'll do. He'll just haul us down to 6. Yeah, beautifully played. Gonna go back to this pallet. I don't know if he has an item in hand. Maybe he has a quick, maybe he does an item tech. No, yeah, he is just hauling us down to the bottom side really nicely. Pathed. He's actually going to make this filler as well, but LV Duck's a bit shitty with that. And this chase also has been very generational. Good mind games around the short side. Is there a pallet save? No, but I'm assuming there will be a stealther somewhere around the the top mid side, because this is 12 these days, I'm pretty sure. So there'll be someone around, the top mid side. No, we just said we're all
No.
running bottom. Fair enough.
So, has your map flipped, or am I just smashed? Because I've got no idea. Look, I think this is gonna be. It's starting to look really dire here as the pressure's going to build on LV Duck. Obviously, he needs a 4K4, 4K3 to tie, but I think overall he has to get this down as fast as possible on A71. Realistically, if he can get this down within the next 6 to 8 seconds, it could be in his side. But there is a lot of pressure, and we are going to make the vault and send it towards, I believe, the bottom side of the map. So this is actually a very nice chase here on the side of A71. Austin obviously knows what he's doing, very experienced, and he's going to send it across the double vault. Oh my goodness, that is incredibly well done from the big Austin, and he might even make this vault here, and he's playing this very insanely well. So this will just have a generator pop in the background, and maybe even two. We are going to slow vault, so the pressure is starting to build on LV Duck as he has no pain res left remaining on A71. So overall, Jarms, I think it's sort of in this, or definitely in the survivor's favor, but until the generator has popped, I cannot say anything. Until it has popped, I mean, it is definitely looking a bit dire here, but yeah, I mean, we are going to take the chase here eventually. I think it's a spectator bug at the moment. We do swing through the pallet. A bit of a late stun there coming in, and that is the FTP in the background coming into A71, and we're going to opt not to tunnel. So now we are playing for Tycon, is LV Duck. So, John, in a situation like this, what is your best bet to do? Do you just have to play for pain reses, or do you have to tunnel?
I mean, to 4K, yeah, you just sort of apply pressure now. You'll find Austin later. I mean, finding him ideally now or next chase would be good. If you get a pain res off this next hook, wouldn't be bad either. To answer, on the other hand though, to get the win and meet the win con in this situation, it's just not possible. It's already over, unfortunately. The gen hasn't popped yet, obviously, but you can just sense that like the gens are too high. We do have Ruin in the back pocket if you're LV Duck, so that is good, I guess. That's not the worst thing in the world. The Ruin right out in the open too, so if it does get antsy for them, I'm sure they'll just cleanse it. Yeah, as you can see, so you have about 2 gens chugging away. Like we said, you need to find Austin at some, point that's vicarious for you. This is a good spot. He's going to make the shack if he just holds forward. He is holding forward. That's what we like to see. So you are going to see Austin not even make shack. I apologize. Shack pallet's already been dropped anyway. So what am I talking about? Either way, Austin dead. I don't think it'll matter a whole lot. You'll still be able to secure at least one more gen. I would be shocked if there was not another gen to pop here, Archie. Genuinely shocked.
Oh, I mean, yeah. You gotta pop one generator, fellas. That's all you gotta do. One generator. I mean, it's easier said than done, of course, but it's not that hard. Obviously, it's 90 seconds on the generator, so, Bruin is in a nice little area as well, so it's gonna be a bit. It's not looking great for LV Duckers. We can see the pressure in the background from Ivy getting a bit of progress there onto the Jenners. We're going to head back is LV Duck. So it's it's looking pretty rough here for LV Duck. But then again, survivors have not been reset. We are going to win that. Very nicely done from A71, but yeah, I mean, a 4K1 maybe, 4K2. I just don't think a 4K3 is really possible, especially considering this killer has such a cooldown on its power. Yeah, I think it'll be a rough one, Jumps. As we see in the background, Ruin is now gone.
And that means Eruption comes into play. Not too bad for LV Duck, quite a decent trade-off. Only problem is now you cannot regress gens just by walking up to them. You have to walk up and genuinely kick it. We saw a bloke jump out
What?
the locker there with inner strength. We do hear the Nancy edge map as well, so hold on just a minute. Hold on, it's not over just yet. No, never mind, it is over. It is very much well over, unless we somehow get the pain res through the gen. We do not. We did have a pain res. We are literally 1 second done. It's upsetting, Hasso. It really is upsetting. He's like done well. He's applying a lot of pressure, gotten good stages early on. It almost makes you wonder, like, what could happen if they were able to get, a 4K, 1/0 on the side of Spirit. I definitely think this was an achievable set for them. Definitely with the way LV Duck is playing.
Yeah. I mean, LV Duck playing very aggressive. That's obviously the game plan to try and get the win con. But, sometimes you play too aggressive, you go for a win con, and you actually can end up getting outed. So, honestly, he knows that it's over, but what I want to see from LV Duck here is the veteran, style come into play, and someone very important to me once said, never back down, never give up. And that's something that I think LV Duck needs to stand by, is he needs to give it his all here and just play for the best result possible, because that'll be key if he can pull something off. Even though the win con has already been met on the Survivor side, I still think he can play for a decent result.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad synopsis from you, big fella. Not bad at all. I mean, we have to really, really figure out what the play is now. Now, this is sort of what you were talking about before. If you get too greedy, you sort of just lose gens in the background trying to hold them all. We are going to see Austin do some really, really nice pathing around there. We see 3 survivors hovering. I'm not too sure what for. It doesn't seem to be a point for me. I don't know. We do get hit over that vault. Is there a beamer in the vicinity? We did see that Steve just sort of hovering around. He does not have a beamer. He has the med kit. I'm not too sure what the other gen was, Hasso. I think he's honestly just here to bait chase so they can pop the last gen. I think it will pop. It should pop. I'd be pretty upset if it did pop. It's not going to pop, so that's kind of annoying. What are you doing, son?
I mean, don't ask me, because I think the sprint burst is a little bit what was that stun? I mean, we popped the gen in the end, but what was that? I mean, he's been stunned about 2.5 meters away from the pallet, but I mean, fair enough. We are, a bit. We have obviously popped the final gen, but we are looking for another survivor now. The gate could be getting worked here. It isn't. So we are going to see no score probably get picked up and just put on the hook. So they are probably just going to take the 7 stage 3 fresh here are the survivors. But yeah, that is what they're going to do. They're not going to play for it, which is fair enough.